Well, you wanted it. Here it is, another dating video. What's up, guys? Welcome back. This is Dear Dinah, the weekly series, I say that loosely, weekly series about your questions and my answers to them. How's that for a throwback? So today we got a couple of dating questions. For the most part, a lot of you guys like the dating videos. A lot of you guys send in dating emails. And so if you guys want more information about dating specifically, feel free to drop an email and I'll get to it. I want to bring this series back. Again, I try to do this weekly, but again, it's also kind of difficult. If you missed my last video, I am doing 2 videos a week again. So I will be able to do like Dear Dinah as well as, just a random topic that I feel passionate about for the week. So again, feel free to send an email about any questions. And while you're down there, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new. The email is in the description. I don't know if I mentioned it before, but yeah, there you go. Last quick little plug, I am on Twitter now. Go follow me at DinahYT. Mostly talking about Call of Duty, but probably going to bring in some like real life stuff as well. I like, for instance, I watched Zootopia 2 the other day and I'm watching Stranger Things right now. So feel free to go over to Twitter and just, interact with me a little bit more. I try to, be interesting on Twitter as most people try to be. All right, so the first question here, we got 3 questions that I'm going to try to answer in today's video. So, hey Dinah, I don't want this to be too long, so sorry if I give too much detail or specifics, but I've been watching for a while and found your videos helpful, so thank you. No, thank you, bro. I decided I should finally send an email in after I found myself having no one to talk to about trouble in my relationship. Dang, man, that's kind of concerning, but okay, thanks for sending me the email. I'm 18 years old and I've been with this girl for almost 2 years. I graduated 2025 and she is still finishing up this year. It's been an amazing and loving relationship. I care about her a lot and I do what I realistically can to support her. What's been recently bothering me is that I found out that she has been talking and sleeping with another guy at the same time of us meeting. It bothers me more that it wasn't her past boyfriend, but just a random person in between. I also know she was still talking to her ex for a bit while we were talking as well. I love everything about this girl, but I hate her for this and the fact that she lied and hid it for so long, even when we would talk about our past or topics like that. I believed I was her first for most things and she was mine, but I was wrong to assume and I feel like I wasted my time. She pleads and apologizes, saying she regrets it now because of how our relationship has been and all I've given her, but I can't bring myself to love her the same way as before. I don't know what to do because I don't want to lose everything. I don't know how I could get past this emotionally. Okay. And I feel it would always linger in my head. I always had this thought while with her, but I ignored it because I thought I was wrong, LOL. There's a lot of detail to it, but I don't want to make this email crazy long. Thank you. Appreciate that. Let me know what you think of my situation, man. I would appreciate it. I hadn't talked to anyone about this and I appreciate having somewhere to put it all down. Thanks, Dinah. I know some of you, older heads, maybe dads in the comments are, while you're listening to this or while you're reading the text along with me, you guys probably started shaking your head around the same time. And, I'm not trying to bash people. I don't think I'm mean in these Dear Dinahs, but I don't know, maybe sometimes I am. I like to be like that big brother figure that people don't have that just speaks truth to them without being like a dick. You know what I mean? And sometimes I don't know how to balance that perfectly, but I'm going to do my best here, okay? The line that sticks out to me the most is like the one where it says, it's been an amazing and loving relationship. I get what you mean by this, okay? I really understand and I'm really trying to put myself in your shoes where it's like when you're with her, it's great. You love her, she loves you and all these things. But based on the context I have, man, you can't settle for somebody who is not prioritizing you as number one. And no matter the words, no matter how much time, I've been with this girl for 10 years, I've been with this girl for 20 years, and she loves me, she says all this. For me, you know what I mean? Like, it's about action. It's about proving to you that there's nobody else that matters more, that there's nobody else that she'd rather be with. And in this email alone, this one paragraph, you have proven to me, she has proven to me, and she has proven to you that there are at least like minimum 2 people that she could talk to, that she could be prioritizing more than you. Again, do you want to, I say this in all my Dear Dinahs, but like, do you want to be in a relationship where you're not 100,000,000% clearly, the only option, like the only one that she is like possibly entertaining and like while you're like in the talking stage, if she's talking to someone, like that's different. But in a loving, committed relationship, the fact that she is talking to two people, or she had talked to two people, again, I don't know the exact timing because it didn't really like phrase it, I guess, like super well. And I know that's because you didn't want to take up super long. But man, bro, you're 18 and you've been with her for 2 years. Man, I'm just saying, like, another thing, like, I don't mean to stereotype, but people who are young, people who are under, like, I would say 25, there's a lot of growing to be done. Okay. And I don't just mean her, I mean you too, and even like you asking this question is proof that you like want to grow. And I dig that. When I was 18, I was just doing whatever the hell I wanted. I was not making smart choices. And as of right now, man, I wouldn't put too much into this. If you think you're going to marry this girl or something along those lines, I would just kind of put a pause on that. I wouldn't rush into anything. You know what I mean? If your plan is to get like married after, I don't know, college or right before college or something like that, I would just wait. I don't think there's a huge need. I think that you can. I don't think there's a problem with waiting. I don't think there's an issue with seeing somebody's true colors through time, through action. And some people, it just takes some words. I got a buddy who, is dating for a couple of months and he's sure that he's going to marry her. And for me, it's like, yeah, you're in the honeymoon phase. You know what I mean? Like, of course you want to marry her right now. And of course she's saying the right things. Will she say this in a year and a half? Will she say this when you piss her off one day? Like, you haven't had the time to experience each other. And this brings me to a quick side tangent for my personal channel here. I'm going to be starting a series, and it is basically the blueprint, okay? Because I know I do like random topics here and there, but I want to make a series that people can come to, people can come back to from years and years on, about how to go from literally zero, from single as a Pringle, and becoming essentially married, and it's gonna be like, I don't know how long of a series it's gonna be, but every week I'm gonna, or not, maybe not every week, but every couple of like episodes, I'm gonna try to drop something on the channel, and you'll know it'll be in the same playlist, probably something called like The Modern Man or something like that, or How to Get a Girlfriend, something like that. And from there, I really want you guys to like learn from, I guess, like my previous mistakes, as well as just like, specific like Dear Dinas. Like, I think a lot of Dear Dinas, people ask very, very valid questions like yourself, bro, where, it's like, oh, you don't know any better. It's because you're 18, like this is who this channel is made for. It's made for like the 18-year-olds, the 21-year-olds who don't know what they're doing. They don't have an older brother. They don't have a dad they can confide in. They don't have, blah, blah, blah in their life. They don't have a therapist, a relationship counselor. And again, I'm not qualified for any of that stuff. Okay. Just before you get out, like, you can take this advice, you can leave it. I'm not saying what I like to wait for 5 years or whatever, and then you have to do that. No, I'm just some random guy on the internet. But I appreciate that you feel that you and like many other guys out there feel compelled enough, feel motivated enough to send me questions. That's real cool. Not a lot of YouTubers, some YouTubers get like thousands and thousands of views, but their fans, like, they click on a video and then they just dip. But, a lot of you guys, you guys are interested in me. You guys want to check out the Twitter. You guys want to, send emails. Like, that means a lot. I appreciate that. Anyway, long-winded answer, but hopefully all that to say, like, hopefully, that you're not wasting your time per se, but I would just slow down. I would just be cautious, and I would just give her time to prove herself. Especially because you say things like, I hate her for this, the fact that she lied, the fact that, like, unfortunately, the fact that somebody is capable of doing this doesn't mean it's just like, oh, I'm so sorry, and then they just never do it again. Like, maybe that'd be nice, right? Maybe they'll never do it again. But again, do you want to just like listen to them when they're capable of it? Or do you want to see for yourself? Especially before marriage, man, especially before marriage, I would definitely, try to wait a little bit and see what happens. That's my advice for this. Next question is a little bit shorter. He says, hey, so my question is, I guess I'll start off with, so even though I like my best friend since kindergarten, I struggle to keep a conversation going that I'm shy. Because I'm shy, I guess. I'm 27 years old and I've never had a girlfriend. I feel like I've come to the conclusion it's just bound to never happen in my lifetime because I don't know how to talk, like in general, just talk to people. When I think about it, it's depressing. Any tips or thoughts? This is actually crazy because I actually was talking to people like in real life. I don't know why this keeps happening, but a lot of people come to me for dating stuff, like in real life as well. Like, I don't know if I just give off that kind of aura of like, I know what to do, or I just like, I don't know. Maybe people think I'm a good listener. I don't know. But what I find interesting about this is that this is so common, and you're 27, where, you think you're never going to get a girlfriend and things like that. Dude, I know like 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds who are just like, yeah, like it's cooked for me. I'm never going to learn. I'm never going to blah, blah, blah. And you know what's so funny? It's actually really fun. I was talking to my girlfriend about this recently, but like a lot of these dudes, I'm like, dude, if you just watch my videos or just like watch any like dating videos or advice videos or anything like that, out there on YouTube, out there on Instagram, just scroll, like scroll and like you'll see, and that's counterintuitive because like this channel is very about like anti-scrolling, but like, I know a lot of people are going to do it anyway. If you're going to do it anyway, might as well watch something that like might help you in life versus like, oh, look at this recipe. Like, okay. Anyway, side tangent here. So many of these guys, they have all the tools, they have the friends, they have the information out there, but they either don't do it or make excuses. And this is what's like crazy to me, okay, is because it's literally like saying like, oh, I don't know how to ride a bike. Like, I'm never going to be able to ride a bike. And then you ask them like, oh, do you have a bike? Like, yeah, I do. Oh, do you have like a brother or do you have like a internet connection to learn? Like, can you watch a video on how to do it? It's like, yeah, I do. And then you're probably just looking at like, huh? Like, what are you waiting for? You have all the tools right there. Like, that's how I feel when people send in questions, when people in real life ask me this. It's like, I'm not saying that you can never be shy again or something like that, but I think people put so much pressure on themselves. You don't have to be Mr. Prince Charming. You don't have to be Ryan Reynolds. You don't have to be Timothy Chalamet, okay? You can be a normal person who's just slightly funny, who's in decent shape. Again, this will probably be on my like dating series eventually. Like, I'm going to talk about all this in detail, but and like, you don't have to be super funny, super interesting all the time. Like, when I'm tired in social situations, I just dip. Dude, I just dip. People don't even see me. I'm in another room. I'm in the bathroom. I'm like outside walking. Like, I'm not on 24/7. Again, I'm not even Mr. Social Presence guy myself, but I learned. I was a super, super awkward child growing up, like unbelievably awkward, okay? And if somebody like me can be friends with people, can get a girlfriend, it's possible out there, okay? I want to prove or like basically like show you guys like I am a living example of somebody who was shy, who can't keep his conversation going. You know what introvert means? Like, I'm literally the definition, okay? Like, I'm not Mr. Extrovert or anything like that, but you can learn, okay? And it will cost you a little bit, okay? It will cost you comfortability. It will cost you some time, some energy. But again, if you want a girlfriend, if you want friends, if you want a fun social life, like that's the kind of stuff that'll cost you. A social life isn't always like, oh, you're down to go to this restaurant at this time with me until this time. Oh, okay, great. You're my friend. Like, no, people don't work like that. People are not robots. People are not machines. Okay. It's a give and take. Sometimes you're going to get what you want. Sometimes they're going to get what they want. And, if you're not going to get used to that, good luck getting a girlfriend. Okay. Because a girlfriend, you're not going to get what you want that much. Okay. I'm just going to be straight up honest. Okay. You're not going to get it that much. Okay. You're going to have to give in a decent amount. And with friendships, you're also going to have to do that too. So hopefully, that gives you some food for thought. It's not like people are coming out the womb like, oh yeah, like I know how to get a girlfriend. No, people learn, okay? People learn at different times. Some people learn in middle school. Some people learn when they're 35, okay? So don't beat yourself up about it. And the whole like, woe is me, I don't know if I'll ever have, dude, stop, okay? Like, just stop, all right? That's just sad victim energy. You're just victimizing yourself. And where is that going to get you, dude? It's kind of like broke people who have potential saying like, oh, I'll never get a job. I'll never be like, what? Like, what is that energy getting you? Of course you're not with that attitude. Okay. It's as simple as that. Just stop saying that. Okay. Words have power. And the more power you give to like, oh, I'm worthless, or I'm not good enough for a girl, I don't have it, the more power, that's the more you believe. It's the same energy as like, oh, I'm never going to be fit. I'm never going to be a runner. Yeah. When you keep saying it over and over again to yourself, yes, it will be true. You want a chance at it not being true. Stop saying it to yourself. Stop writing it in an email to me. Okay. I'm like not annoyed by it, but like, it's just, it doesn't do anybody any good. Doesn't do me any good. Doesn't do you any good. Doesn't solve any of your goals. Okay. So just knock that off. Not just you, but just anybody who's potentially thinking of sending an email where they're like, woe is me, victimizing themselves. No. Okay. Just don't even write it in your future email to me. Okay. That being said, thank you so much for this email. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to like bash you for your email or anything like that. But again, I want people to learn and grow. And sometimes you need to hear the hard truth. Okay. Sometimes people aren't going to tell you the hard truth to your face. I don't think many people are. And that's why this channel exists. That's why this channel hopefully is growing and hopefully is very helpful to young men out there. Alrighty, last question for this week. He says, Dear Dinah, hope you're good. Thank you. I am. Just saw one of your YouTube videos and had some time to reflect on some good points being made that I can apply within my life. Great, thanks. I'm 18 years old, used to feel very lost, and I felt that I was behind in life, especially when I was still in school and I was constantly comparing myself around me, and often felt out of place with the goal of wanting to be my true self. And finally, social media ruined my perceptions of others that people were already doing big things when they were young, whilst I still remained in the same place. The only thing I'm missing right now is companionship, which I'm missing, but actively working on it by going to the gym and trying to enjoy the process. Yet it feels lonely, which can be difficult, but sometimes, but I know I can get there. As an 18-year-old, what advice would you give to a person that doesn't want to actively chase a partner, but strives for high standards in regards to moral values as something I was brought up in? Appreciate the advice on YouTube. Take care. Wow, what a deep question. Damn. I like this guy. He is pretty self-aware already. He knows that social media ruins comparison. He knows he's only 18, and so he's not trying to rush the hunt of, trying to chase a partner. So yeah, appreciate the question. I appreciate the self-awareness. Not too many questions I get are like this self-aware. So again, I really appreciate it. As far as social media goes, if you feel ever any sense of comparison at any point in your life, just get it off your phone. I'm not saying you got to delete your account. Just get it off your phone, be off it for like a week or two. And then when you're ready, come back to it. And it's like, oh, okay, like this guy's doing X, Y, Z. I don't really care, whatever. I'm comfortable with myself. That's the first piece of advice that I would give to you. You also say you're going to the gym. Awesome. Like literally awesome. Like that's all I want from people. Like it's go to the gym, follow your dreams, talk to that girl, that kind of stuff. Be active. Don't just play, as contrary as this channel is, like don't just play Call of Duty all day. Don't just sit around playing Fortnite all day and doing nothing. And, I'll do a video on this too, but like don't just watch self-improvement videos all day too. You have to actually get out there, like do like learn from self-improvement and then get out there and act on it. That's the biggest thing, man. Don't just watch a million videos and then go to bed at night. That does nothing for you. Okay. So as far as you not wanting to chase an active partner or actively chase a partner, that's fine, dude. You're 18. I feel like I say this in every Dear Dinah, but dude, like so many like 18, 20-year-olds, like there's no rush, dude. Some people said like, oh, I'm 19. I've never had a girlfriend. Like, bruh, of course you haven't. Like, you're not really supposed to have like all that stuff. You think high school and middle school relationships, like how many of those last? Like, be realistic. Maybe like 2 in the entire school. And then it seems like everybody's dating though, right? Like there's no point in having like a half-assed relationship or having a relationship where it's like, I don't know, like, oh, there's a no chance because we're going across the country for college. Like, cool. Like, congratulations. They had a fun 4 years in college and, I guess, quote unquote, wasted that time. I'm sure there was like a learning experience. I'm not bashing high school relationships, but I think for people to feel bad about that, like there's nothing to really feel bad about there. Like you're ending the college or you're ending high school the same way. You're both single, so like, who cares really at the end of the day? I think you should be chasing somebody who has moral values that you were brought up in. Don't settle for that, for less, I guess. I don't really understand the question, to be quite honest with you guys. I'm like rereading it right now. It says, as an 18-year-old, what advice would you give to a person that doesn't want to actively chase a partner, but strives for high standards in regards to moral values as something I was brought up in? I'm not quite sure what that means. Do you want to chase a partner or not? Because it seems like you don't want to, but you want the high standards. But then if you're not chasing, then why do you need the high standards right now? I guess I'll just say, going forward, if you are actively chasing somebody, why settle for somebody who doesn't have it? Especially when you're 18. I'll be straight up honest with you guys. If you're a guy in your mid to late 30s or 40s, you can settle a little bit, okay? Because if you haven't found somebody you super vibe with by the time you're like 40, dude, I personally think you should be trying to get married. And, even if she's not Miss Perfect and, you're not like soulmates or you don't believe you're like destined together, I would still pull the trigger on the marriage, even if you're like late 30s, 40s. Okay, don't not you 20-year-olds. Okay, pause. I'm not talking to you. Okay, 20-year-olds, you got time. Wait. Okay, date for a few years. Date for a good amount of time. 25 to 30-year-olds, I would still say wait. Date for a bit. Don't take too long, but date. And then people who are like 30 and stuff, like I get you want to have like a move on and stuff like that. I would say you can speed it up a little bit. But don't just like power through and bulldoze and skip a lot of check marks. Invite her to meet your friends. Make sure she knows your family. That's definitely for sure. Make sure you know her family. Make sure your guys are like somewhat compatible lifestyle wise. If she sleeps at like 6 a.m. and you sleep at like 9. Yeah, it's probably going to be a little issue. You know what I mean? So, make sure that you have like some similarities. Okay. You don't have to be like the exact same person, but yeah, make sure you have some similarities. Make sure you have some of the same values, when it comes to like, okay, I don't believe in, I don't know, drinking or smoking or stealing or blah, blah, blah. I don't believe in XYZ. Make sure that you guys are relatively on the same page about these big topics. It doesn't have to be the exact same, but relatively the same page, or at least make sure you understand each other. That's a huge thing. And with that, fellas, that will do it for today's Dear Dinah. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, had a lot of fun making this one. Keep sending in questions. I guess I'm always going to be that dating guy, because I feel like anytime I post another kind of video, it's just like lost in the algorithm or something like that. I do want to do like fitness videos at some point too, at least like talking about fitness. And, I even thought about doing like a fitness journey series where you guys like follow me along for like a series, and, you watch me like potentially lose weight and build muscle and stuff like that. Not watch, obviously, but like I would show like progress pics or something like that. Let me know if you'd be down for that, if you'd be down to like learn from that, because I'm not exactly like Mr. Buff Thor or anything like that. I've got a lot of learning in that department too, but I think it'd be cool to share that with the channel. So anyway, let me know that in the comment section down below. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new. If you're still here, go ahead and drop a comment. Just say Thor, because I mentioned it. THOR, Thor. And yeah, again, feel free to send emails. Follow me on Twitter. I have memberships if you want to support the channel. And with all that being said, yeah, that's it. Hope you had a happy Thanksgiving and a safe Black Friday. Let me know if you guys bought anything for Black Friday. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace, and peace.